Good DB, cricket has really moved into the 21st century with ProBatter. What can you tell us about it?
ProBatter is a machine that we were aware was being used by baseball players in America. Effectively, it comprises a relatively the old-fashioned mechanics, or the mechanics of an old-fashioned bowling machine, together with a screen which is placed in front of the bowling machine, and onto that screen is a projected image of a bowler, or in America a baseball pitcher. And what we've done is we've taken the Hawkeye data that tells us the metrics and the data that's associated with the properties of any ball that's been delivered by a bowler in international cricket. We've taken real live footage of international bowlers across the world, and particularly the Australian bowlers, brought all those three things together so that now we have an opportunity for England's batsmen to practice playing against the Australians before they go out to the Ashes series.
You mentioned about England's batsmen. We've got Stephen Davis, who's just having a go now. How important a tool do you think it will be for the likes of him and the guys who are coming, over the next 2 days before they go out to the Ashes?
Well, it's just part of their preparation. I'm not going to suggest at all that this is the thing that's going to make the difference, but it's just another example of the attention to detail which the England team and the support staff are paying in their preparation to the Ashes series.
What benefits? It sounds obvious, having seen the screen. What benefits are there to ProBatter, say, versus like a normal bowling machine?
A normal bowling machine. The key thing about a normal bowling machine is, yes, it can replicate the same ball over and over and over again. It gives batsmen good practice, good opportunity to practice their skills. What this machine does, ProBatter does, it moves us closer to reality. So it gives you the opportunity to time your movements better, to feel, emotionally and mentally that you're closer to the real thing. So you begin to get yourself closer to that performance state that you would normally be in when you're in the heat of battle.
I suppose for, say, someone like Steve, who's having a go now, to actually see how maybe Ben Hilfenhaus bowls as he's facing now, just might help him, obviously, in a couple of months' time.
Absolutely, it's all about preparation. You want these players to go into the Test series feeling confident, backing their own ability, feeling as well prepared as they possibly can be. And if this just moves the England team and the England players a notch closer to feeling fully prepared, then it's worthwhile.
Easy to use. We saw you, using the computer screen there. Easy to use.
It's relatively straightforward. Once you get used to it, same as the players. Once they get used to it, I think they'll find a lot of benefit from it. Same with the operators, the coaches. It should be relatively straightforward. Just a case of identifying which bowler you want the batsman to face, what pace you want them to face, and hopefully get the ball roughly in the right areas.
In terms of how you actually wanted to manipulate the ball, you can sort of do in swing, out swing, spin. Obviously, we saw Graham Swan there as well.
You can, and the key here is that you're not just manipulating the ball that comes out, but you're able to find the footage which is associated with that ball. So if we want to see Ben Hilfenhaus bowling an in-swing or an out-swinger, we have footage which is associated with that, and we have the metrics from Hawkeye which will support that particular bit of vision.
DB ProBatter was just one of 3 things that we've seen today. What else can you tell us about TrackMan and Merlin?
Well, TrackMan in the first instance is a machine that we use, that we've been developing over the last 2 or 3 years with an organisation from Denmark that produces those machines. It's been used in European golf for a while. What it does, it measures the rate at which a ball is spinning in the air. We know that's a really important factor as a performance component of successful spin bowlers. And so what we wanted to be able to do was to measure all our talented young spinners coming through the pathway, measure all the England qualified spinners around the county game, but also benchmark and measure those spinners that are world's best. And so what we've been able to do over the last 6-12 months is take good measurements, benchmark all of those players, and it's really helping us now in our talent identification processes, and also helping monitor players' development as they begin to learn to spin the ball more and more. Merlin is a step forward from the old-fashioned bowling machine that wasn't able to spin a ball. It's brought together the technology from the old Merlin that was developed by Henry Pryor back in the early 2000s, together with Stewart and Williams, who produced the traditional bowling machines. Those 2 parties came together, supported by the ECB, and between us, we've provided each of the 18 first-class counties with a spin bowling machine that can deliver exaggerated spin in a variety of different directions. We have 2 machines here at the Performance Centre also, and hopefully it's an opportunity for our batsmen and wicket keepers to improve their skills against spin.
Cricket really is looking forward now, isn't it?
Yeah, we hope so. I think we've always looked forward, and our challenge now is to identify what is the next edge, the next performance edge. How can we take England cricket even further forward?